Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, transit delays. ETS reviewing its Heritage Fest performance after thousands rode the bus. Hernia help. A local hospital hoping to teach other doctors its hernia repair procedure. And a clean cut. Why a barber shop is offering a car wash with your trim.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Edmonton Transit is reviewing its park and ride performance at this year's Heritage Festival. A busy Monday had some attendees waiting on buses longer than expected. Slow bus access has been an issue in recent years as more people come out to the festival. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
It was a weekend to remember as the city's biggest festival returned to its renovated home at Horlack Park August long. That is, once you actually got there.
Once you get in, it's all good. But the thing is, you have to take two hours to get in.
There's no parking at Horlack during the festival, but there was a drop-off zone for private vehicles, taxis, and ride shares. Edmonton Transit says it shuttled about 60,000 people to the Heritage Festival over 3 days. All of it through the park's only entrance by road.
Like I have some volunteers, they were late for 2 hours and then because of the busing.
Those delays happened on a sunny Monday after storms cut the first 2 days short. Organizers say 100,000 people came out that day. About 1/3 of them took a bus.
And they really pulled off what I think was a really good service. I understand there were some challenges, and I think those challenges are to be expected when just that amount of people are trying to access an event all at once.
Park and Ride has dealt with high demand for Heritage Fest before. A single-day attendance record was set in 2017 when 370,000 people showed up. More than 90% of them took the bus, many baking in the sun while stuck in traffic on Grote Road. Since then, certain streets nearby have been bus-only, and passengers now pay when they park, not while boarding. ETS is reviewing this year's performance to see what else could be improved.
We can add more buses to this service. Having that dedicated bus priority lane for those buses to move in and out is really helpful. We can look at changing the frequency of our park and ride support. There's lots of tools in the toolbox.
Horlack Park will be busy again 2 weekends from now as the Women's Canadian Open takes over the neighboring Royal Mayfair Golf Club. Many of the 10,000 to 15,000 daily fans are expected to take private shuttles from the university. The golf tournament is not using ETS. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta's police watchdog has cleared an RCMP officer in the death of a man at the River Cree Resort Casino. Last June, officers were called to the River Cree for a man in mental distress. ACERT says officers were unable to enter his third-story room. The man eventually broke a window and jumped to the balcony on the second floor while holding an ironing board and a shard of glass. An officer warned the man he would be shocked with a conducted energy weapon if he didn't stop breaking windows. The officers used the weapon on the man and he fell down. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy shows he died of cardiorespiratory arrest due to cocaine. ACERT says the officer's use of force was justified and played no part in the man's death. A national group wants Alberta's chief medical examiner to take a closer look at the deaths of pedestrians and cyclists on roads. The group is called Coalition to Reduce Auto-Size Hazards, or CRASH. It's made up of 27 community groups from across the country. It wants the medical examiner to find out if the sight lines in larger trucks and SUVs are a factor in the deaths of pedestrians and cyclists. It also recommends changes to federal rules and provinces create a new class of driver's license for pickup trucks and large SUVs. The Royal Alexandra Hospital says it's leading the way in hernia repair in Canada. CTV's Noah Rashog has more on a new program the hospital hopes will help train doctors from coast to coast.
And I felt like there was hope, like I had hope.
Corey Coyne is a big hugger.
I am a huggy person, I am.
But after she developed a hernia the size of a basketball, she lost that ability.
I felt like, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to live on major painkillers for the rest of my life and adjust the way that I live.
A hernia is when internal organs break through the abdominal wall and begin to push up against the skin, causing immense discomfort and digestive issues.
I went from somebody who had a very full life to somebody who did nothing. I went to work. That is something that I continue to do, but that's the only thing that I continue to do.
Coyne was initially told nothing could be done.
But these more complex incisional hernias are in unusual places and places where not every surgeon operates very frequently. It's also in places that sometimes you don't have the slack to close the hernias back up.
At her lowest, she contacted the Royal Alexandra Hospital's CHARGE program.
In 2021, 5 surgeons collectively started this program known as CHARGE, or Complex Hernia and Abdominal Reconstruction Group of Edmonton. And we really wanted to serve people with these really debilitating hernias and do right by them by fixing their hernias.
Using a specialized mesh, they're able to repair the damage to the abdominal wall.
You have your six-pack muscles, your rectus muscles, if you will, and then your obliques and transverse abdominis muscles off the side, and we're manipulating them such that we can move them around, shift them together, and put a big, massive piece of mesh that kind of covers your whole abdominal area.
CHARGE has gotten dozens of referrals as the word spreads. The program also aims to train surgeons from across the country to expand access to this kind of care so that patients like Coyne can hug their loved ones again.
You did. You saved my life.
Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
A new website is tracking harmful algae blooms in some Alberta lakes during peak season. So far, the tracker is being used at 6 recreational lakes, which were chosen due to their characteristics. It lets users see algae blooms in near real time and spot patterns going back nearly a decade. Researchers say the tool will help track how climate change can affect algae blooms in lakes.
We know that Alberta's lakes are really productive. We know that Alberta's lakes can be really green. But what we want to understand is that changing over time? Have they gotten worse over time? And because of the high frequency nature of this tool, we're able to get one step closer to answering those questions.
Algae blooms are toxic to people, livestock, and pets. Alberta Health Services has dozens of advisories currently in place. Algae bloom season ends in early October. But the TELUS World of Science closed until further notice. One of the center's presenters is doing something he hasn't done since the pandemic.
My name is Matthew, and this is my assistant Gabby, who lives in my house.
I'm his daughter, by the way.
Science at Home is a social media series hosted by Matthew Green and his daughter Abby. Together, they record science activities families can do using household items in their own homes. Green says they'll share a new experiment every 2 weeks.
I've got one coming up that's going to be put online next week that is candy science. So doing science using gummy bears. I don't want to spoil it for you. Just keep an eye on our Instagram and you'll see it. But that one's about the science of osmosis. So how particles move through barriers.
The TELUS World of Science closed last month because of recent flooding caused by heavy rain and thunderstorms. It expects to be closed until November. The clouds parted this morning in time for people to catch a glimpse of a partial solar eclipse. Covered in protective glasses, all eyes were on the sky at Coronation Park at 10:38 when the moon covered about 14% of the sun. Partial eclipses occur about once every 5 years. Frank Florian with the TELUS World of Science says witnessing one is a rare occurrence and can be challenging depending on the weather.
Especially with these younger kids we have out here, you know, this might be their first experience. Their next one may not be in 2029, it might be clouded out that year, and then they might have to wait for the next one, you know, so it might be 10 years older by then. So seeing these types of eclipses, you know, it's a memorable experience.
Edmonton will experience its next total solar eclipse in 2040, and well before that, a total lunar eclipse will take place in a little more than 2 weeks on August 27th. Josh, I know astronomers were kind of worried. It might be a bit cloudy this morning, but it looks like things worked out.
Yeah, I mean, just enough time through this morning. It wasn't like it was bright blue skies either, but for a while there this morning, clouds did break. Then they came back this afternoon, and we've had some showers move through the area. 15 to 18 degree range around the region right now. 18 is where we were a couple hours ago. Then it dropped. Now it's back to 18. So far, that's our daytime high. We may get to 19 before today is done. Either way, it's going to leave us cooler than average. 23, the average daytime high. I don't think we're back to average until Sunday at the earliest. Here's what it looks like outside right now. There's a few more breaks of blue that have allowed temperatures to jump a degree or so in the last hour. More clouds, though, off to the north. More scattered showers off to the north as well. So we're not done with the precipitation for tonight. You can see there's some showers and thunderstorms off to the southeast of the city. Some thunderstorms west and southwest of the Edmonton area. Off to the northeast, you have some more showers. If you look right here, it looks like there's no rain there. It's just that the radar west of Edmonton is out. And so all these splotches of green are coming from other radars. And this is kind of a dead zone right now. I do think there's some rain in that area, and it probably slides through the Edmonton region before we're done tonight. Most of the thunderstorm activity, though, is going to stay south of us by the time we get through the next hour or two, as things around Highway 16 and north look like just showers. So scattered showers this evening and potentially overnight. Tomorrow, cloudy with a few sunny breaks, 10 degrees in the morning, and about 17 for a daytime high tomorrow afternoon. The pattern does start to change through the weekend, though. A little sunnier, a little warmer. We'll get to those details in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, Fashion Police. The new look Alberta Mounties will soon be sporting.
It's a lot more breathable and just more comfortable for officers to wear.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
An unusual business partnership is helping clients and their cars look their best. Customers can get a fresh haircut while their vehicle is detailed at the drive-in barbershop. CTV's Amanda Anderson has the story.
As Alec Casapo's barbershop business really started to grow, he saw a way to provide an extra service to his clients while giving his bottom line a boost.
Sometimes we would have 10 clients sitting in the chair and 10 clients waiting for a haircut. The car's already parked outside. All they have to do is say yes to the service and we double our revenue. That was kind of the idea.
That service was to provide car detailing at his shop so clients could save time. An idea that came to life 3 years ago when he took over an old car rental place on Gateway Boulevard, but it took a while to catch on.
People didn't really get both at the same time.
Casapo says it was a struggle until his longtime client, Henry Grover, who just happened to run a car detailing business, partnered with him. His existing business and clientele helped things start to take off.
A lot of people have hair and a lot of people have cars. I thought it was a great idea, and I'm truly grateful to be here with Alec.
Where else can you get it? It's not available anywhere else. They can't really compare it to anything.
EJ Balin hasn't had his car washed while sitting in the barber chair yet.
It's not like any other barbershop I've been to. The atmosphere is different, and just the business idea. I think it's just pretty innovative. Getting a haircut, getting your car washed at the same time. I think it's pretty sick.
And a way two businesses can now build off each other.
Yeah, we both complement each other really well. So if they're slow, we might be able to give them more customers. If we're slow, vice versa.
Drive-In Barber does have a second location in West Edmonton, but it doesn't offer the car detailing service. Casapo says if locations like this one come up in the future, he hopes to expand. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta RCMP say they'll soon be sporting a newer, more modern look. Starting Saturday, you'll start to see less of the old light gray uniforms and more of these new navy blue uniforms. More officers will also be able to wear branded ball caps. Alberta RCMP say the new look is part of a push to modernize the service. The new blue shirts are designed to be stronger, more comfortable, and more cost efficient.
These ones here had the gray, and you had the undershirt here. With the newer ones, they've integrated that and they've changed colors. So we're looking at navy blue now. I look better in darker colors too, unless they go purple. Then that's a whole other story.
RCMP say there will be a transition period where officers may be wearing either the new or old uniforms, and their cruisers will also soon be redesigned. The Stollery Children's Hospital is holding its biggest fundraiser of the year. We were invited to see the grand prize in the Mighty Millions lottery today. The $2.5 million show home in southwest Edmonton will be open to the public starting tomorrow. It comes fully furnished, landscaped, decorated, and it includes a special storage area.
There's a hidden room for your Christmas tree, so you don't have to take it down every season. You can just wheel it in, flick a switch on, and your tree is up, and when you're all done, you just wheel it away. So it's really nice and tidy and great for the people that love to celebrate and great for people that just are looking for a little extra storage space.
Proceeds from the lottery will be spent on equipment for the current Stollery and will also go towards building the new standalone Stollery Children's Hospital. Still to come tonight on CTV News, a charity treat, how you can support the Stollery by visiting a Dairy Queen. No matter the weather outside, it's always beach season at the Stollery Children's Hospital. Josh was down at the Stollery Beach today with some friends for a preview of a cool fundraiser.
It's Blizzards on the Beach Day today in anticipation of tomorrow, DQ Miracle Treat Day. And so I've got my new friend Flavie and Chasson with me. Flavie's drawing her favorite kind of weather. I drew my favorite kind of weather as well, Flavie. What do you think of mine? How's my picture, Flavie? Is it good? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Wow. Oh, she says, wow. Okay, now let me see your favorite kind of weather, Flavie. You're hiding it from me. You're hiding it like you would hide your blizzard from me. Winter, l'hiver, right? Yes. So you like la neige? Lots of la neige. Well, you know what? That's funny because lots of snow when it blows around is called a blizzard, Flavie. There you go. And everyone should go get one tomorrow at DQ. Every dollar goes to help support the kids here at the Stollery. Kids like Flavie. Oh, you want me to draw again? Okay. I have some more drawing to do, and then we're going to go eat some blizzards.
You're really flexing your French there, Josh. Your franglais, I should say.
No.
Also, did I see your favorite weather is a mix of sun and cloud?
Yeah, with some scattered showers.
Some scattered showers.
It's been a perfect summer this year for me.
For you, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. For the rest of us.
Take a look outside right now. That's perfect, hey? Look at that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Mix of sun and cloud. And some scattered showers. River Valley Skycam is 18 degrees currently in Edmonton. That's so far is our daytime high. 16s in Red Deer and Fort McMurray. It's 20 in Jasper and 19 in Grand Prairie, where you have a funnel cloud advisory. That'll be ended, I think, in the next couple of hours here. Red Deer all the way southeast in that gray zone. Also the potential for some cold core funnel clouds. No real tornado threat, but we've had a couple reports of some funnel clouds in through that area. And then in the blue zone, upwards of 80 millimeters of rain over the next 24 to 36 hours. A rainfall warning here in Edmonton. I think that heavy, steady rain, for the first time maybe all summer, is actually going to miss us. It'll slide to the south and to the east. Looks like we're on the back edge of the showers right now. Thunderstorms starting to push off to the southeast. Thunderstorms as well off to the west. As we mentioned earlier, though, this spot here probably does have some showers. There's just no radar coverage in that area. Everything's still kind of spinning back in around this upper level trough, which should break out of here over the course of the weekend. So tomorrow's going to be on the cool side, unsettled once again. Friday's kind of transition day. We get some sunshine by the afternoon hours, but Saturday, Sunday look a whole lot sunnier. Cloudy skies, scattered showers in the forecast through this evening and overnight tonight. I think by the time we get to tomorrow morning, though, most of this rain is off to the south and southwest of the city. There's your heavier rain further to the south. And watch how this system drives up into east central Alberta by Thursday evening. Thursday afternoon, mostly cloudy, scattered showers in the Edmonton area. Steadier rain, though, stays south and then east of the city. And then we get into some clearing there for Friday afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow morning should be in the 8 to 10 degree range across most of the province. Daytime highs in the northeast, mid to high teens. Similar temperatures here across the northwest with some sunshine, though. High level gets to 22 tomorrow. 16 in Red Deer with some showers in the forecast. 15 for Red Deer and about 15 or 16 as well in Coronation and in Jasper. We'll be in the mid-teens this evening. Chance of scattered showers. No heavy, steady rain in the forecast for the next 24 hours. Mostly cloudy, 10 degrees tomorrow morning. And a high of about 17 tomorrow afternoon. Back to 19 Friday with that late day clearing. Low 20s Sunday, mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies, about 21 or 22. Sunday looks beautiful all day. You get into the evening hours, might be a scattered, very hit and miss shower or thunderstorm. 23 on Sunday, and then more low to mid 20s next week. So a couple more cool days, and then we're back to around average by the end of the weekend and all of next week.
All right, Josh, thank you. When we return, Bucket Brigade, why firefighters are hauling water the old-fashioned way.
Back in those days, they didn't have trucks. So everybody from the community lined up.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Coming up on Your Morning, Canadian UFC fighter Mike Malott is hoping for a show-stealing finish on home soil. We talked to him Thursday before his welterweight bout at Rogers Place this fall.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
With 1 month to go until blast-off, local astronaut Josh Kutrick is discussing the importance of Canada's participation in space missions.
You know, we are there at the forefront of space exploration. Space is about all of this stuff. It's about the discoveries we make, and it's about inventing new technologies and solving problems. But at the most basic level, I think it's about opportunity that exists in space. Space is the next new ocean, and we want to be part of that effort. We want to be part of the team.
Kutrick will be part of NASA's SpaceX Crew 13 mission next month. He's heading to the International Space Station. He'll be the first from this country to do so on a commercial space flight. The Fort Saskatchewan native is one of 4 astronauts who will take part in the 6-month mission on the ISS, doing research and maintenance.
Space station is probably the most complicated thing humans have ever built. And so it takes a lot of work from people like me to keep it running, fixing things, changing out parts, inside, outside, spacewalking, all of that.
Kutrick has a background as a test pilot, fighter pilot, engineer, and colonel in the Royal Canadian Air Force. His trip to space follows another major milestone for a Canadian astronaut, Jeremy Hansen's trip around the moon in the Artemis II mission earlier this year. Parkland County firefighters are pushing their strength and skills to the max. The Battle for the Bell is listed as a friendly competition between fire crews, although bragging rights for the year are always up for grabs. The event is intended to build team camaraderie and entice potential new recruits to sign up. Team competitions included a hose drag, stretcher relay, and the bucket brigade, a throwback to the old days of firefighting.
Back in those days, they didn't have trucks. So everybody from the community lined up, grabbed a bucket, and they just fed it to the fire pump. So that's what we're going to do.
7 teams of firefighters are from fire halls in Atchison, Parkland Village, Wabamun, and Tomahawk. The event also collects donations for the food bank. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.